There has been a lot of talk from Dillian White over the years about yourself. He talks about a specific spar you had where, in his opinion, he got the better of you, etc. Obviously, since this purse bid was concluded, we have not heard a thing from Dillian White. Is that surprised you? Do you think he'd be engaging with you?
I don't look into it too much because sparring and fighting is fighting. And it doesn't really matter what Dillian White wants to do in this fight, in the promotion. It's more about like whether they do it or they don't, or they talk or they don't. It's kind of, it doesn't really matter. They're either going to do what they're going to do or not. To me, I don't care. They have a fight or they don't. That's it. It doesn't affect me in any way. Wilder tried to silence stuff before, it didn't help him.
What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy Ricky C for sending in them coins and boosting up your man the YBs, Jason. So we just heard there from your mans, Tyson, Fury, confessing and or at the very least conceding to past allegations made by Dillian White that he knocked out or he dropped Tyson Fury in sparring. Now, I bet there's a whole bag of Dillian White man fans. I guarantee you Sporting Shilicons stroked himself off about 10 times listening to this. Oh, Tyson Fury conceded he got touched, etc, etc. Now, I can't lie. At first glance, it was kind of weird to me, yeah? In as much as far as concessions go, or confessions go, this was the best you're going to get. This is boxing after all. For example, most times, if these kind of allegations are made, we hear, he's talking rubbish, he's lying, etc, etc. So this to me looks like, do you know what I'm saying? I would have expected Tyson Fury to deny it more. Now, he didn't blatantly address the allegation, but he essentially said, listen, sparring, and fighting is fighting. But you know what, we're going to get to that point in a minute. Now, as far as the original allegations go, i.e. Tyson Fury getting put down, did Dillian White do it? Did he not do it? I think he, based on this reaction, now it could be Tyson Fury just wasn't interested in getting involved in the specifics of it and he's brushed it off, not bothered. But I actually think Tyson Fury's reaction is positive. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. Bottom line is, let me weigh up the odds of this being chinned or not. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. Is it possible Dillian White chinned Tyson Fury in training? Absolutely. We've seen Tyson Fury go down against cruiserweights and whatever else. But guess what? What else do we know about Tyson Fury? He get up. Yeah? And that actually moves me on back to the point I was just talking about a second ago. Guess what? All of this, all you Dillian White fans stroking yourselves off. Oh yeah, look. Tyson Fury got worked by Dillian. The question you want to ask yourself is, if that's the case, why has Tyson Fury been chasing Dillian White down? Yeah? And the key point Tyson Fury said was, guess what? Sparring is sparring. Tyson Fury essentially said, in so many words, yeah, Dillian White may have chinned me in sparring. He may put me down in sparring, but guess what? A fight's different. Yeah? I can get up. your man Dillian don't get up. Your man Dillian can go in there with someone's great uncle and be chin cold out of nowhere. Yeah, your man Dillian can be winning a fight. Your man Dillian can be butchering a man. In fact, your man Dillian can be butchering someone's granddad and still end up stone cold Steve Austin on the floor. One thing we do know, we've never seen Tyson Fury stone cold Steve Austin, and he's been in there with athletes his own age. Yeah, he hasn't been fighting people's uncles. Like Deontay Wilder made a career fighting uncles, Louis Ortiz. Tyson Fury, I mean, is his resume the best of all time? Well, guess what? After Tyson Fury fills in Dillian White, his resume will be the best in the world. Facts. Oh, but YB, what about Johnston? Johnston's lost to everyone. Get it in your head. Yeah? I know you 2022, everyone gets a medal looking asses. Oh, but YB, you know, it's not about winning. It's about turning up and losing every time in front of your fans. No, it's not. I'm afraid to say. Oops. Yeah? Again, you 2021, everyone gets a medal looking asses. For you, it might be about just turning up and getting your ass whooped. But for history's sake, it's about winning. Yeah? It's about winning. If you ain't going to win, you might as well retire. Because you're a bum, Johnston. You're a bum bodybuilding weightlifter. That's what you is. That's all you ever be known as. You'll be known as a big bodybuilding weightlifter who made some coins. That's it. Because your legacy is trash already. Even if you miraculously manage to come back, your legacy is still trash. Because you got whooped by Mr. Blobby and you got whooped by Mr. Middleweight. Yeah? And for all we know, Tyson Fury gonna fill Ruiz in and gonna fill Usyk in. Oops. Then how bad does that look? Yeah? I don't want to hear no more about this. AJ lost to two great fighters. He lost to Mr. Blobby and he lost to Mr. Middleweight, who Sean B-level Porter used to put weights in his boots just to have a go on. Do you understand that? Sean B-level 147-pound soaking wet Porter used to put weights in his boots just to give Usyk, just to have a quick go on Usyk. Do you understand that? Sean Porter was putting weights in his shorts in order to be heavy enough to then go and have a go on Usyk. That's how useless Usyk is. Oops. Oh, but YB, this was years ago. I don't care when it was. Yeah? If people with weights in their shorts are begging to have a go on you, and Sean Porter don't lie. He B-level. And even Mr. B-level, Sean Porter told everyone, listen, I fought Usyk and I gave him the work. And I turned him over. I nearly put him on his ass. Oops. Yeah, and amateurs as well. Big juicy gloves on. That's how useless. I'm sorry, but you man gas over Usyk. Usyk's no good. He's alright. I'm telling you now, Usyk is a straight up and down guy. He's nothing special whatsoever. Seriously, a Coley would knock him spark out. I'm telling you now. I'll tell you what, yeah. Let's see. You know what? 5 years from now, let's see what your man Usyk's saying. So I'm telling you, a Coley knock him spark out, 100%, and there's no doubt about that. Yeah, a Coley the real deal. He got that stinger on him as well. He the real Wilder. Oops. And let's see how good this man Usyk is then, because Usyk ain't that good. Look at his face. Even with a wet Anthony Johnston, Mr. Bodybuilder, even with a man scared of his own shadow, look at his face. Usyk's face was touched up. And the first heavy shot Joshua Johnston landed in the 7th round, Usyk looked like he saw a ghost. Oops. Yeah? I'm not being funny, but from what I saw in that Usyk fight, there's an argument that Usyk might be an on-top fighter. Yeah? An on-top fighter is someone like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's never won a fight he's had to come back from. Every time Mike Tyson's down, he out. You never see Mike push through. If Mike don't get you out of there, he's gonna find a way to end up on the floor or end up stopped. He ain't gonna push through. He never, you know what I mean? Ever since Custody and Martin left or died or whatever, he was never the same. He couldn't push through on his own. And the point is, I believe there's signs that Usyk is the same kind of on-top fighter. When have we really seen Usyk push through in the pro ranks? When have you seen it? All we've seen, and it's not, I guess you could argue, well, it's not his fault for being that great, but either way, whatever way you want to cut it, yeah, this man Usyk, what happens when Tyson Fury go in there and start touching him? Because I've seen what happened. AJ didn't even touch him properly, and he was looking scared. When Fury go in there and weigh all over him, and you forget as well, Usyk's used to having all the leverage. He ain't gonna have no leverage. Fury gonna have 6 inches of height, and he's gonna see all his shots coming because he's got bird's eye view. Oops. Yeah, 100%. Anyway, back to this other guy. Shillian. Listen, Shillian. Like I was saying, the bottom line, Shillian. Yeah. If you did so much chinning, and that's what Tyson Fury is saying. Tyson Fury is saying, listen, yeah, you're right, Shillian. You did knock me out in sparring. So why was I the one sniffing up your backside, begging? You know what I'm saying? Why was I the one looping you up for? Oops. And that's why I fell out with Dillian. All you Dillian the White Man fans. Oh, YB, you're a turncoat. No, like I said, I backed Shillian because Shillian told me he knocked Fury out in sparring. Now, if you know someone sweet, yeah, you should be desperate to go in there and get it. Oh, I've been waiting for 102 million days. Oh, that's what you said. Get your shot, and then all of a sudden, I've been shouting for Dillian for years when he didn't have a shot to file his case against WBC. He didn't do nothing. He gets his shot, files a case. That's how I know you try and play. You try to be smart. You try and play games now. You think you're smart. You're trying to get something for nothing. That's what Shillian doing right now. He ain't serious about fighting. He knew him and his team had planned the whole way. You know what? We'll file a case the minute we get a shot, which shows me he's not serious. Because if he was serious, he'd have been locked. This fight would have been done Don't forget, Fury wanted to fight in February. This fight should have been on. You man have got short memory. I remember at Christmas time, Tyson Fury begging with Bob Arum saying, please Shillian, come to the table, we'll give you 25%. We want to get this done by February. Fury wants to fight. Yeah? That's what did happen. And your man Shillian, nowhere to be found. Not even a little bit to be found. And you want to tell me about, if Shillian did this in sparring? Shillian didn't. Anything Shillian done in sparring is irrelevant, because Fury want you bad. Yeah? Fury ain't the one who twitching because of your sparring session. Oops. You're the one nervous. Oops. Do you understand? Fury desperate to rewrite the sparring. He already told you. Listen, they're sparring. Dillian White is a sparring champion. He ain't a champion in the ring. And Tyson Fury actually said in the interview, he said, listen, I'm the champion. I'll make the dates. I'll tell you what you're getting paid. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you where. I'll tell you jump. You say how high. That's what he said. Now Shillian could have come back and said, listen, I'm the challenger, and you're going to get a challenge in. Dillian ain't done nothing of the sort. Dillian missing right now. Don't know where Dillian is. Don't know where Mr. Shillian is. He missing. Yeah? The only person I'm hearing who knows where Shillian is his boyfriend, Sporting Chilicons. Again, nothing wrong with that. It's 2022. Yeah, Sporting Chilicons want to be number one hubbies. If Sporting Chilicons want to be the second wife next to Lamar Scott, if Sporting Chilicons want to be Shillian Shites, polygamous second wife, and that's his business. I'm happy for it. I really am. It's 2022. I love all different types of I love all different types of setups. If you're happy to be, you know what I'm saying? If Dillian the Shillian, Sporting Chilicons, and Lamar and Dean and Shillian and Sporting, if they man want to have a big gang thing together, that's their business. It's 2022. Yeah, and I'm happy for that. I really am. I'm happy you man have found a way to get on like that and be happy. Bottom line. These days, life's not about anything else but being happy and chasing them thrills. And if you get thrills from having some next free rating or some next bag of man, that's what you need to do. Yeah, and that's what you best believe. That's what your man Sporting Chilicon stay doing. I'll tell you what he don't be doing. He don't want to be fighting no more. That's what he don't be doing. Mr. Dillian the Shillian, Dr. Doolittle wanna be ass. All the dogs. Dillian, your dogs look skinny, man. Feed your dogs. What's wrong with you? Skinny looking ass dogs. 100%. And what you need to do is sign the contract as well, because Fury, this shows me how serious Fury is. Because to concede, most people who get chinned, you'd think he'd be nervous. I've covered Fury, and I'm objective when I cover Fury. I've covered Fury objectively for years, and I've never seen him so hard for these fighters right now. And I can't blame him. He's a smart man. He sees the sweetness. I see the sweetness. I can't lie to you. I'm thinking about putting some weight on and going in there myself and having to go on Johnston for a 10 mil. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll go in and have a go on Johnston. Why not? People just taking turns. You know what I mean? Since a middleweight can go in there, why can't we all go in there and have a go on Johnston? Yeah? Since a middleweight going in there, you got middleweight, you got Mr. Blobby. So it's no surprise Tyson Fury licking his chops at the sight of the rest of these dudes. Yeah? If I was 6'9" and whatever else, I'd be licking my chops too. Because all I see is a bunch of bottoms in this division right now. Shillian, bottom. Johnston, bottom. Middleweight, bottom. Oops. You understand? Everywhere you look, there's bums, literally. I mean literally as well. Yeah? 100%. Fury, he want you bad, Dillian. And if it happened in sparring, why are you so shook to make it happen again? Why are you hiding in court? That's what you're doing right now. Why are you hiding in court? Why are you trying to become an NSPCA inspector? Yeah? You're meant to be a boxer. And we ain't heard nothing from you because you're shook. That's the truth. Be honest now. I'd respect Shillian more if he came out and said, listen, the truth is, people, I told the fans what happened in sparring, and I'm scared that I can't relive it. I'm scared that my sparring performance against Fury was the best it's going to get. I'm scared it's going to be all the way downhill from that point. Sorry, it's going to be all the way uphill from that point. I'm scared I peaked in sparring because I'm a gym fighter. And what we know, Tyson Fury, he a under the lights fighter. He find a way to win. Oops. Your man Shillian never won. Under the lights, he'll get filled in. That's what we do know.